Welcome back here to Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan. I'm here at Yawin, one of my favorite places because, man, it is just absolutely incredibly beautiful here. We've got something like 850 kgs worth of lumber to take off. I'm heading back over to Nadzab, which I don't think I've ever taken you, maybe once in 3 years over there. So let's get unloaded here, get out of here on like an 11-minute flight over to Nadzab.
Okay, so let's do our quick weight balance. We've got one passenger up here, one passenger here, and then a kid back here, so let's put him at 30 or so. And then underneath we've probably got maybe 20 kgs of cargo. So there we go. Everything else is empty, everything else is out of here. So we've got our empty weight 4250, 4250, and our cargo, which includes our passengers, is 420. And our fuel is 580. We're heading over to Nadzab, so let's just go direct to there. Look out! And a low start. We're going to wait for the ITT to get down below 200. NG's over 14, so let's introduce our fuel. Oil pressure's coming in, ITT's coming up at a nice slow rate. 660. So it's only a 15-minute flight. Typically it should only be an 11-minute flight, but we've got to climb all the way up to about 9,000 feet to get over top of the clouds and the mountains just behind me. So, and then drop all the way down to sea level. So yeah, it's going to be like 1,000 foot or 1,200 feet per minute descent all the way down into the airport. Alright, our fuel caps, selectors, controls, turn our train awareness system off so she's not yelling at me on takeoff. I'll get my weather radar just on standby. So the gimbals are warming up. We've got 8,000. We have about 5,500 pounds for our all-up weight, so 55 for rotate and 64 for landing. The flaps are set. Indicated and verified at 20. Let's get our trim set up though. Okay. And that waterfall ahead of me, probably can't see it, but I have some drone pictures of it. About a mile away, you can still hear the roaring water. And man, it goes down a few hundred feet. It's pretty amazing. All right, there we go. Okay, well, today our first cone here on the left, that's going to be my safer bore point. If I need to stop for any reason, it has to be before that point. After that, I'm going no matter what. We're just going to hold our arm in nice and stiff. It's kind of bumpy. We'll introduce left aileron for the first maybe 100 meters until we get past like kind of the side slope. Then we'll even it back out. Rotate at 55 knots. We'll just fly it on down the mountain and then get out of here. After takeoff, we'll pitch for 85 knots, considering our EPL. Left-hand turn to lowering terrain, considering feather. Cut off, pull off, shut off, 85, then 80 full flaps. Masters and crack my door. Tell these guys to brace. Motors B8861, November Tango Zulu, taxi, Yawin, Nadzab, 4 POE.
November Tango Zulu, Roger, continue tracking level 2 clearing.
We'll be on climb not above amended 10,000 due buildups, and I believe track 330 inbound will work best. I'll advise once we get up there, just dealing with the weather and clouds, but I'm believing 330 will work the best.
November Tango Zulu, copy the 10,000.
November Tango Zulu. All stations, Yawin 1239, November Tango Zulu, departing Yawin for Nadzab, beyond climb 10,000. 28 degrees, 5,000 almost, not quite, 4,500, so let's see, 28, Right around 1350, 1300 for 1350. Rotate 55. Lock my elbow in. The left aileron. Alright, ATT's around 720. Airspeed's alive. We're continuing. There's 55. Rotate. Let it slide on down the mountain. ITT up to 740. With an immediate left-hand turn out of here. That was my second load into Yawin today. I'm going to Nadzab for my last load into Yawin today. It's about all our bodies can take because we're loading like 800 kgs on each one. So it kind of wears you out pretty quick, especially down in Nadzab. Being sea level, it is so hot and humid from what I'm used to up in the highlands. Alright, there's over 90. We'll just go up to 0 degrees now. We're going for this lowest spot here. Still beautiful weather out, but I'm still going to have to be probably at least 8,000 to maybe 8,500 to get over top of the last ridge with the buildups, now that it's just 10 in the morning. We're going to prop to 2,000 RPM, give it a retrim on both both on rudder and elevator. Mars V8861, November Tango Zulu departure.
November Tango Zulu, go ahead.
November Tango Zulu departed Yawin, time 13. We'll be tracking inbound on the 330 radio Nadzab, estimating Nadzab 24. Not above 10,000.
Tango Zulu, roger, ITC clearance into control zone, set 330 radio to Nadzab. Inside, I'm into 10,000 VFR.
Clear to enter controlled airspace 10,000 on 330 radio, November Tango Zulu.
Tango Zulu, 20 miles, get contact approach, 118.6.
118.6 at 20 miles, DM me, Nadzab, November Tango Zulu.
Tango Zulu.
Alright, let's get our landing, bypass, and igniters. Everything else is looking good. Alright, well there you go. That was my last track. Well, the squiggly part, the straight line wasn't, but the squiggly part was my last track over here, so that's kind of basically what I'm going to be doing again. We're going to switch this CDI over here to our VOR1. You can see up here we've got 13.9, that's the VOR into Nadzab, and we're going to want to be flying inbound on the 330 radial, which is this way over here. So inbound on the 15, but basically the 330 outbound. Also, they said once we get to 20 miles, well it's 25 miles at this point, so just basically right at this ridge right up ahead of me. I came in on the 350 radial last time, and it was a little bit harder because it kept me a little bit closer to the mountains, and I had to wiggle around all the clouds, and it was just a little bit more of a pain until I just got my visual approach coming in. So, and I don't really want to have to go up to 10,000, but it looks like I'm kind of have to anyway. And that's the clearance they gave me to enter into the controlled airspace. So, if we look right here, this outer box right here, it enters at 10,000, but I'm going to be actually coming in closer to this one, which is 6,000, but I'm still going to give them a call here by the time I get up to this ridge, at least to the Nadzab approach. So the 350 radial is basically a direct track from this point on, and this is just getting me us a little bit past these mountains, and I think on most days that will probably work a little bit better, but we're going to be doing like 60 of these flights, so I kind of want to get a good baseline for what works well. That way we can tell Nadzab approach, hey, this is what we want to do every time, and that way it makes their life easier and our life easier as well. Nadzab approach, November Tango Zulu.
November Tango Zulu, another approach. Good morning.
Morning again, November Tango Zulu 20 DME to the north 10,000. Requesting descent from 10,000 on the 330 radial. Your estimate time 25.
November Tango Zulu. Descent 2,500 visual and track to indicate on a early flight downwind from runway 27, and I will be number 2 in the sequence following dash 8 Mike India coming via Lerid for a 5-mile final runway 27, estimated time 2:04, and contact tower 12.7 at 10 DME.
So descend to 2,500 initially, track for right downwind for 27, will be number 2 behind traffic. Hold tower 10 DME on the 330 radio, November Tango Zulu. All right, that was a mouthful. All right, so I'm thinking this is the 340 radio I'm passing right now. This probably would have actually worked a little bit better.
Mike India, report your DME and level.
Mike Charlie, India is 18 DME and passing 6,300.
As of approach number Tango Zulu, requesting to track up to 5 miles left of track 330, do build up so I can remain visual.
Number Tango Zulu, clear deviate 5 miles left of track.
Go to deviate 5 left of track, thank you, November Tango Zulu. All right, next time I think it's going to be like, 340, 350, 33 is just a little bit too far out for what we really need. All right, let's go to the big screen here. I'm cleared down to 2,500 feet. You can see that's well past where I'm going to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop in 10 degrees of flaps now. About 20 degrees of flaps. That's just going to slow me on down so that I can keep coming down really at 1,000 feet per minute. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it there. So if we hit over here, let's see, go plates. Here is our Nadzab. We've got 121.7 already plugged in for my tower. We're supposed to call them at 10 miles. I'm at 11 miles now, so let him know that we're tracking for a left downwind runway 2, correction, a right downwind 27. Nadzab Tower, November Tango Zulu, 10 miles on the 340 radio, passing 6,500 on descent 2,500, tracking for a right downwind 27, copy number 2 behind traffic.
November Tango Zulu, Nadzab 1 again, and report right downwind for runway 27.
Report again, right downwind 27, November Tango Zulu. So pattern altitude is going to be 1,200 feet here. Now we can see I put 1,200 feet. I'm coming up a little bit closer to where I actually want to now. We've got 7 miles to run, landing on 27, so we're going to enter into downwind this way and then just basically into a right base. We can hit our OBS and put in a runway, let's see, OBS, runway 27. Puts a nice line on there so I have a good orientation of how I'm going to be entering in.
November Tango Zulu, clear the visual approach, turn second right downwind, call again right base for runway 27. Traffic you're following is on short finals, runway 27.
Clear for the visual approach 27, report again, or enter right base, or right downwind, report again right base 27, November Tango Zulu. Let's do our landing checklist while we've got some time. Our selectors, our fuel selectors are both on, our brakes are good, our TAWs will leave. We'll turn it on for now. Our weight, 5,400, so 63 knots at the slowest. We've got our lights and inlet on. If we have to go around, is power up 20 degrees of flaps, pitch for 73, and maneuver is required. Prop and harness is done. Yeah, I have only been to Nadzab probably like 6 or 7 times in all the years I've been flying here. So this is my very first flight. I came over here on this one before this. That was the first time I've come over here in like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years maybe? Probably 2.5 years. So getting in and out of here, not really familiar with all like the landmarks and things like that. Even just procedural, they have a VOR here, which is the only VOR that they actually pretty much use in this country. So having to fly inbound on radials, things like that, it's been just so long since I've really had to do that kind of stuff. So I had to like really think about, okay, what buttons do I hit here to get what I want? I'm gonna head off to the right just a little bit so I can enter into my right downwind just a little bit smoother, and so I'm not having to descend quite as fast. It's pretty much 1,000 foot all the way from the tops of those mountains though. And coming over at 10,000, that just really kind of sets you up for a lot steeper of a descent than I'd prefer to have with passengers, especially people that don't fly very often. They don't know how to clear their ears as well. It's just something new for them, you know. We went 63 on final, 73 on base, 84 on downwind. I can already feel the humidity coming in strong. So when I get on the ground here, I'm basically taking these two seats out, put them underneath, filling the whole plane back up with close to 900 kgs of more lumber to fly right back out to Nadzab. So I'll probably be doing, or out to Yawan. So I'll probably be doing a time lapse back out there. So if you'd like to see what that looks like, be sure to stay to the end. November Tango Zulu joining right downwind, 27. Oh, I was supposed to call my base.
November Tango Zulu, continue approach.
November Tango Zulu. Oops. You guys want to pick up one of these checklist boxes for takeoff and landing? They're so handy for things like this. Like, oh, did I get my takeoff or my landing clearance yet? You know, I'm on downwind or something like that. Real quickly, you can just look at it and say, nope, I haven't got it. Really handy tool to have to keep your eyes up and out at all times. You can customize them, or I have some preset ones already made up for you guys for 152s, some complex airplanes. November Tango Zulu, right base, 27. Or even turbines, like this one.
November Tango Zulu, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land 27, November Tango Zulu. All right, turning final 700. Oh, you know what? I should probably just, I'm gonna land long because I really want to take that last taxiway, which is gonna be Bravo. There's full flaps, checklist is complete. So we'll land on there's 1,000, 2,000, yeah, around the 2,000 to 2,500 foot markers. If those are each 500, but they don't look like they
500.
are. All right, 3 knots of headwind. A little bit of a crosswind. At least it's showing with the windsock. Runway's clear, we're continuing. A little bit fast, I'm gonna float a little bit. There's Charlie taxiway. We're gonna go on up to the next one, so I don't have to taxi as far. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. Very short. You'll probably be seeing more of these flights over here to Yawan and Nadzab. Like I said, we're gonna be doing like 60 or more of these in the next 6 weeks. So, yeah, just about every one of my flights, except for a couple here and there, are gonna be coming over here. I'm gonna be sick of going to this place and Yawan by the time I'm done, I think. But I hope you guys did enjoy this flight over here to Nadzab. This is probably a new one for most of you guys. We don't come into this place ever. All that wood you guys see is what we're going to be flying out there over the next month and a half. Yeah, a lot. For 3 house buildings for some missionaries that are just moving out there.